we gonna talk about harmonic minor. Okay, I'm working with my friend Charles today, who's into the metal, and we're talking about noodling, i.e., maybe just improvising. And Charles is relatively new to the guitar, and but we've talked about some modes and some minor, and so I'm just going to talk about how to find this A harmonic minor, which has a very classical music sound to it. It might have an exotic sound to it. You can think about it if you play it with E as your tonic. You can think about it as something people call Phrygian major, if you like. So let's take a look at this thing. So let's go back to the guitar. Okay, so everybody's played C major scales and their relative minor A minor. So I'm going to start with this A minor. Open A string, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And it's just the same notes as C major, except you're starting from A. And you're basing it around your A minor sound. But we're going to do one thing. Instead of playing all these G naturals, which would be here at the 3rd fret of the E string, or the open G string, or the 3rd fret of the high E string, we're going to raise all those tones 1/2 step. So instead of playing G, we're going to play G sharp. Ooh, it makes me feel spooky already. We're going to play, instead of playing open G, we're going to play G sharp. Instead of playing G at the 3rd fret, we're going to play G sharp. So I'm just going to play the 1 octave from A to A so that we can have a sense of the scale. Ooh, a little spooky. And I would really recommend just starting with that small turf, just 1 octave of the A minor. It's less to remember, it's less for your hand to remember, and you can get a little bit musical and noodle a little bit. Whatever you hear, and just, I would start maybe even to make it a more meditative practice session with 1 note at a time. And the other thing that I highly recommend, if you've watched some other of my videos, is to use a drone. So I'm going to produce the drone. Hang on a second. Here's the app that I use as a drone. It's called iTabla Pro, but it uses an instrument called a tempura. It has an electronic version of that tempura, and it's just giving us an A. If you have an electronic keyboard, you could have the electronic keyboard just produce some, like, have it what I used to do before I had a tempura or an electronic tempura, which is called a ragini, or before I had this instrument, this app, was I used to just take my electronic keyboard, a cheap Yamaha keyboard I had, and put it on an organ patch and just put 9-volt batteries on A and then another A. So I just have this constant A. And the purpose of it is just so that you have the tonic always present in your ear, so that as you noodle meditatively in a relaxed way, you're listening to each tone in the context of the key. It's a little bit, for us Westerners, a little bit unfamiliar at first, but it's a really helpful practice tool. It's like a metronome for your sense of key. And then I would go ahead and produce, oh, you can get a second octave of that A harmonic minor. A, B, C, D, F, G sharp. My E string's a little flat. And so by starting slowly and just changing that one note, you can produce some sounds that are maybe a little bit more appealing to you if, like my friend Charles, you have metal ears. If you've gotten tired of your pentatonics, which happens to us from time to time. And then you can go and check out, oh, there's this G sharp down there. Every once in a while, hit an A minor chord. If you find yourself without having a drone around, maybe you put your phone someplace else, good for you. Just hit yourself an A minor chord every once in a while. And then just as a little bonus, I will say, oh, look at this. You can also look at this tune. You can look at this mode from a different perspective. You can change the tonic. It's like, oh, you're entering from a different door in the house. This sounds really exotic to Western ears. I've moved the tonic to E. And this people call Phrygian major because it's like your Phrygian scale. 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Just your notes of your C major scale, but from E to E. But I'm just keeping all those G sharps. That sounds a lot more exotic and more evil to some of our ears. And you're practicing the same territory, except the home tone, the tonic, the root of the scale, or the... We don't really say that the root of the scale. Chords have roots and scales have tonics. The tonic is E now, so I took the tonic from A to E. Okay, hopefully you can have some fun noodling with that, taking one note at a time, chilling out, because I know you have a hard job and a demanding life. So hopefully that can be fun and meditative, and you can learn a lot at the same time. Okay. If you enjoyed that, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, or whatever it is that people say. Thanks for watching.